Chapter 7 The Young Lord. My mom's siblings and my dad are cousins. What?
You're watching the Bear Pantry Show.
That's a little excerpt from my mom's book that I just published at Amazon. Stick around because I'm going to play a little bit more of what I was reading. I want you guys to know that I'm going to set up the cameras so that you can see behind the scene what we're doing today. It's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, right? So I'm going to make potato salad to go with whatever Joe's making for Mother's Day. And I want you guys to see what we do behind the scenes. So first of all, if I'm setting up 2 cameras, this is what I have to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I have to count and then I clap because the clap will spike. And then when you line up the 2 things in the editing and you see that spike, you know where to line it up and then your audio is in sync. It's kind of rough, but that's what we have to do for using iMovie, right? We have to do a lot of workarounds. So let's go backwards, Barbara. Let's get into this potato salad. I boiled like 3 medium-sized potatoes and about 4 or 5 eggs. They've cooled down already. So what I'm going to do now is just peel the potatoes, peel the eggs, and I'm going to play some more of my mom's book that I was reading so you guys can listen for a little bit while I take care of the potato and the eggs. If my mom's siblings are related to my dad, then why isn't my mom related to him? The nosy neighbors always try to confuse us kids about these relationship ties. It's simple to explain though. My great-grandparents, John Young Sr. and Elizabeth Leslie Young, had 13 children. One of their daughters, Adele, was my dad's mom, while her sister Adriana was the first wife of Edward Scott Lord, my mom's dad. Edward came to Belize by way of Barbados and met Adriana in Belize. He and Adriana had 5 children: Derek Scott Lord, born 1901, Kenneth Elridge, Eileen Adele, born 1906, Edward Ned, and John Winston. After Adriana died in childbirth with John, Edward married my grandmother Amy Bell Paish and had 4 children, one of whom is my mom. Adriana's 5 children are my mom's half-siblings, but also my dad's cousins because his mother Adele and Adriana were sisters. You can pick up your copy of the book from Amazon under my author's name, Barbara McNabb Greenwich. I will also put a link in the description. It's only $15, guys, and with the taxes it comes to like $16, especially if you have Prime, all right? And you'll get it in 2 days if you have Prime. So I put the eggs in. So far I have the diced potato, the diced onion, and the mashed boiled eggs. That's the secret that my mom didn't want me to know, that you have to mash the eggs and not just slice them up, because there's something that the yellow does, the yolks, you know, that makes it gel. I want to do potato salad, but don't have no salad cream. So I'm going to make my own. This is how I made the salad cream. I put 4 tablespoons of mayo, not Miracle Whip, okay? Miracle Whip has sugar in it already. I don't have the Dijon mustard, so I'm using this smoked spicy thing here, just half a teaspoon of distilled white vinegar, and half a teaspoon of lemon juice. You can put apple cider vinegar if you like, but I don't like the smell of that. I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of castor sugar. I always have castor sugar made. I just blend some white sugar a little bit to make it finer, okay? So you don't have the big granules. And just give it a mix. And I realized that this batch is going to be too little. So I also made a second batch and I combined it in the bowl and just put it on the fridge until it's time to make the potato salad. And I hope that that's going to be enough for the amount of potatoes that I'm doing. I'm doing like 3 medium-sized potatoes, right? It tastes pretty good. So now I'm going to put some peas and carrots. I drained it and I like the carrots that are diced. I don't like the sliced carrots because then I have to keep slicing them. And I'm checking my camera to make sure you're seeing me. And I feel like it's going to be enough. And when it comes to potato salad, guys, you don't want to stir too much, because if you stir a whole lot, the potatoes are going to become like mashed potatoes. This was Mommy's signature recipe, and I hope I'm doing it justice to honor her on Mother's Day. I miss my mom, but I'm doing all right. I'm just adding some black pepper and salt, and that's to taste. Give it a stir again. And then I'm going to call in Joe to come taste. My mom used to do this part. She used to taste it as soon as I was done making it. Come on, camera, set it. Come on, camera, set it, come over it.
Oh, I was looking here.
To the Come over there.
Hey people, the salad is delicious. The salad, let's taste it. It's delicious. Good, delicious. You guys don't like it.
Okay, so my honest opinion, if I had the Dijon mustard instead of that smoked whatever, can you guys see it? It looks so short. This way.
Okay.
I was too short. If I had the Dijon mustard instead of that smoked thing that I had, I would use that better.
Okay.
And I think I would put more vinegar. Some people put the apple cider vinegar, but I hate the smell of that thing. I think I would put a little bit more vinegar to make it just a tad more tart. But I think it's pretty good for not having the salad dressing. Right, babe? Don't be scraping the bottom of my pot with that stick, you know. You.
Right.
Oh, somebody put on one of my old videos. I don't remember what it was, but they put, this woman is passive aggressive with this man, and I wanted to watch, but she annoyed. I'm like, what the hell is your problem? I cannot be passive aggressive with a man and be with him for 40 years or 37 years. He would have thrown me to the curb a long time ago. You see, Joe?
What she talking?
Joe don't put up with crap.
Why?
I didn't even go back to watch the video to see what was said. I didn't go back. Because what do you even care? If you were trying to make a recipe, make the recipe and go, then leave. Just go. It's like, my God. Anyways, you guys have time for some gossip? So, as you saw at the opening of the video, I did a narration. Joe, how do you feel about my narration, darling? I'm putting you on the spot. How do you feel about it? Okay, you didn't take too long for answer now.
I feel like what?
The narration when I read my mom's book.
Good.
Huh?
It's good.
So my original plan, guys, this is not the gossip. My original plan was to, let me stop this camera, was to put it at Amazon as an audiobook. But after doing a lot of research on YouTube, I found out that it's kind of difficult to put audiobooks at Amazon. You have to first make it into an ebook, and eventually I might make it into an ebook. But the reason why I didn't rush to make it into an ebook is because I made my bread book into an ebook and none of that sell. And the ebook blocks the actual physical book from being sold. Let me tell you why. Every time people land on the page with the bread book, the first thing Amazon shows them is the ebook. I guess it's cheaper for Amazon to sell them the ebook because they don't have to actually go print it, right? And so they show them the ebook. Nobody wants it because the pictures are too big. You know, the is it? What do you call pictures? Pixels. There's a website named Pexels that I'm associated with. So that's what I'm saying, Pexels. The pixels are too big. Joe, you can come fry your stuff, you know. I'm not in your way, baby. The pixels are too big.
5 minutes.
Okay. And so nobody wants to buy the ebook, right? I want to remove it, but I don't know how to remove it without messing with the paperback. So I'm not rushing to do any ebook for this. So if you're going to do an audiobook, you have to do an ebook. And I heard you have to go in a studio. You can't have the rooster next door crowing, the dogs barking, the fan going, which I turn off the fan and I suffer in the heat when I was narrating this book. You can't have the cars going by. You can't. Joe, rock the computer chair. Make them hear how rickety it is. Rock your computer chair. You guys hear all of that? When he moves in the chair just to adjust himself, he bumps the blinds, he rocks it. Oh my God. He had to sit there still one day for me to read like a whole chapter. He almost died. He was like, I can't take it no more. I'm going to the gym. Anyways, it took me like 5 days of going over and over. I strained my voice. I was congested certain days and oh my God. So you have to record it in a studio, you have to get it mixed professionally, and you have to get it mastered professionally, or they'll reject it. I see another content creator that's trying to get her book up there, and she's telling us the nightmare she's going through, and she said she had to hire professionals. I don't need any of that stress, so guess what? This narration is for 3 people. My Aunt Lita, my cousin Effie, and my friend Sarita, because they have a little bit of trouble with their vision. Won't you come and try this wonderlight? I was just talking about you to my viewers on my YouTube channel. I said, thank you, darling. Happy Mother's Day to you too. I said that I did the narration of the book specifically for you, Effie, and my friend Sarita. So what you doing?
Can you see Mom really quick? Oh.
Yay! My son, hold on, Leeds. My son came, Benong Joe. Yes! Oh, your haircut looks nice.
Yeah.
All right. I'll be back, guys. So I moved the camera over on this part of the counter where I like it better. I hope over there looks... Oh, it's messy. Move this. Is that better? I'm really OCD about what goes on in the background when I have the camera this way. I wanted to show you guys something really quickly before I get into the little gossip that I wanted to tell you though. Happy Mother's Day again to all the mothers, all the grandmoms, the godmoms, people who just like take on people's kids and they're not the bio moms or whatever, like Auntie Nem that raised nephews and nieces. I mean, come on. Adopted moms, all the moms, okay? Look at this glass. Oh, first of all, look at this beautiful chicken. Joe baked the chicken. And he made it in this glass thing, and this is what I wanted to show you guys. I've had this thing since I got married. Somebody gave it to us as a wedding gift, and so this thing is 37 years old. It comes in this cradle thing right here, and I'm so nervous to keep using it because I don't want it to break, you know. The other day Jada broke one of my set of the Temptations stuff that my friend Sharon sent for me. She was very negligent though. She went into this cabinet. I don't know why, because I only use that stuff for Thanksgiving, Christmas, stuff like that. She was doing macaroni and cheese or something. Went in here, kind of threw the two small things on the stool, didn't pay attention. One fell and oh my God, Joshua spent. I got over it pretty quickly because you guys know I broke a couple things for Jada recently. I didn't do it on purpose, of course. It was accident. It was an accident. But in any case, I calmed down and I was over it. Joshua, with his OCD, started to search eBay, Etsy, Amazon, the Temptation site, everywhere to try to find that thing to replace it. Even if we had found a different color but the same shape and style, we would have bought that, honestly, to just put in the cradle that it came in, the carrying thing. And but we didn't find it. So Joel glued it back together, but it's not. Oh, I can show you guys. It's right here. Let me show you guys. See? The lid can't sit on it because of the way it's glued. But it came with this cradle thingy. And it came with this, what do you call this thing? Like a trivet, right? And see, it has a big old hole. Josh was like, we could put like dinner rolls in it or something for Thanksgiving. I'm like, So she broke it. And so I'm really nervous about that. So Joe did that. He did a 5-quart pot of rice and beans. And I did the potato salad that you guys saw earlier in the video. I'm always going to try to show you the recipe up front so we could do the jibber jabber at the end. And this is just a Mother's Day video anyway. So, you know, we're not so worried about who came here to see, you know, food recipe. Look at my pot. I'm still using the Red Chef pot. And I'm going to say, I'm just going to go ahead and say this because the Bible says you have not because you ask not. If anybody is watching, I'm always sweating about my lip. And you want to buy me some more of this Red Chef pot set, I have it on my little birthday wish list. And well, I have a set. I think it's like $50, $49.99. They had a 20% discount that brought it down to $43 because of the taxes. But you get, I want to say 5 pieces. So you get 3 different size skillets. You get one this size. This is the 8-incher. This is, I call this the egg skillet. You get one this size, which is a 10-incher. And then you get a lid, I think. So 4 pieces? Is it 4 pieces? Oh, you get the handle. So it's 5 pieces. So the handle itself can clip on to each of the pots. So you could clip it on to the egg skillet or take it off. You could clip it on to the 10-inch skillet or take it off. And you can clip it on to the, I think one is 11-inch. Like we already have an 11-inch. And take it off. You take it off if you're going to put it in the oven. So you hold the handle, put it in the oven, remove the handle, and voila, you can bake in the thing. Now, I don't know that we can bake in these pots, and if we can, we definitely can't bake with the lid because the lid is glass, right? So in any case, I love the Red Chef pot so far. The insides are not chipping, thank God. The outsides are holding up because I've taught Joe to cook with less fire, less flame, less flame. At first, Joshua and Jada were afraid to use my pot set, but now they're using it and they're following all the rules about not putting things that can dig the inside and stuff like that, right? So I love the set, honestly I do, but there's pieces missing. Like we don't have an egg skillet, so Joe cooks eggs in a little saucepan. So that set came with 2 11-inch skillets, one deeper than the other one, this 5-quart pot, and the 11-inch skillets have one lid that they share. This 5-quart pot has its own lid, and then the little saucepan, 1.8 quart, has its own little lid. So I would like another size up in the quart thing, like maybe a 3 or 4 quart. I haven't seen it. They only have like the 5 quart. But definitely that skillet set right there would be a welcomed addition. And honestly guys, if I keep using this pot set and it keeps holding up, I'm gonna reach out to that company to ask them to come on as a sponsor. I want you guys to know that I reached out to the company that does the vanilla powder, and we're having some good conversations going back and forth about how maybe we could do a collab. I don't know if it's gonna come to pass, but pray for me, because that would be a good company to come on as a sponsor, because I could really get behind their products. I love their story of their business. They've been in business over 100 years old. I think they started like in 1916 when my grandmother was born. They're up in Northern California. The owners all went to college in Southern California. They have such a great story, and I feel like our stories mesh. Really want them to come on as a sponsor, because I really feel like I could really promote them from my heart. You know what I mean? So let me tell you a little gossip really quickly, and then we're gonna end this video. So the other day, Joe and I were coming back from our bike ride. Again, my mouth's sweating. And we were going north, right? And the cops were going south. There was one cop car. Popo was going south. So we were in a long line of cars because there was a red light up there. And the cop was like kind of right in front of us in the other side of the road, you know? But he didn't have nothing in front of him, so why was he stopped, right? And he was stopped but crawling slowly, I guess. And Joe thought he was on his phone, like texting or something. And so I told Joe, maybe he's punching things in the computer trying to run somebody's license plate. But whose plate? There's nobody in front of him, right? So then the light changed and we were taking off slowly. And then the cop did a U-turn and came back in the lane right next to us. But in that lane, if you're in that lane, you can only go right at the light. And I'm like, where's he planning to go? He's gonna, because he was going kind of fast, right? So I told you, why don't you stop just in case he cuts in front of us to grab somebody, because I know he's not about to grab us. We weren't doing anything, right? So he did. He cut right in front of us and he grabbed this car that was in front of us, and the driver wasn't doing anything as far as I noticed. So I'm like, why is he grabbing this poor guy, right? Maybe the license plate was expired or whatever. So then they crossed the light and he pulled the guy over at the most inopportune spot in the road. I'm like, okay, what are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to go into oncoming traffic and we're supposed to wait? You know, why didn't he just let the guy mosey on up a little bit more, and then he would have been off to the side of the road and everybody could go by slowly? When he got out of the car, we saw why. He was a youngin'. He looked so young. How old do you have to be a cop? You think 19 is too young? Because he looked like 19. But he got out, he went to the guy at the window. The guy rolled down the window. And when we waited at first, Joe, you know, when I see cops and I'm stopped, I stop. Like if I'm coming up on a school bus and we're supposed to stop, I stop, full stop. Joe tends to like to crawl slowly. I'm like, you're still moving. They can still consider that you're moving and give you a ticket, right? So we stopped. Then we went into oncoming, well, onto the other side of the road, not into oncoming traffic because there was nothing coming. And we went by slowly and passed. And then I looked back and I saw that the guy did not have a license plate on the front of his car. And in California, you will get a ticket for that. But it's called a fix-it ticket, meaning you can go down to the DMV and get the other license plate and put it on the front. Or maybe you have it in the back of the car. Some people will do that. Put it on the front, because sometimes they don't have the holes and stuff for you to put your license plate. Jada had a car like that years ago. Didn't have anything for you to put the front license plate, so she didn't put it. We really didn't know that it was a thing, right? And so the car was parked in front of the house. The cops went by, saw it, and gave her a ticket. She didn't have to pay any money. She just had to have Joe drill holes and stuff and put on the license plate, because the license plate was in the back of the car. And then she drove down to the police station a couple days later and showed them that she had the license. So you have to go show them. So I hope that's why the guy got a ticket, because man, he wasn't doing nothing. All right, but I'm glad that my dash cam caught all this stuff. I'm gonna start putting the dash cam on more so we could catch more stuff, because there's a lot of shenanigans that goes on in this town. So having said all of that, guys, I'm gonna go get my food together. I'm gonna eat a garden salad with all of this, 1/3 cup of the rice and beans. I'm gonna take my beano so I don't have any trouble with the beans. This beautiful chicken, I'm gonna cut it up right now. Joe made some plantains. And then you guys saw the potato salad in earlier part of the video. By the way, I have a video that's coming up in the next couple of days. I made homemade pasta. Yes, I did. First time I made it, and it came out fantastic. But we had a lot of things go wrong along the way while we were trying to use the machine. But hey, we got it figured out. Pick up mommy's book, guys.
This is the Beth Andrews Show.
This is my plate, guys. I'm truly grateful for being a mom to the 3 children who God blessed me with. I'm grateful for the mom that I had and the grandmother and all the ancestors before them, okay? Grandmother's sisters, my grandaunt and them, they took care of us too. This is gonna be my dessert today. Powder bun from my dry mix. I made 4 on Friday, 2 with white chocolate chips and 2 with raisins. Joe and I ate 1 each on Friday. I know we have 1 each for today because nobody else really wants any sweets in the house. So this goes great.